Buckle up, fight fans, because the action in the octagon is reaching a boiling point. We are tracking everything you need to know about the upcoming UFC 330 event that has everyone talking. Stick with us as we dive deep into the matchups and the storylines that are shifting the landscape of mixed martial arts right now.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next up, we head to Winnipeg, where Kamaru Usman is breaking down the high-stakes clash between Gilbert Burns and Mike Malott at UFC Fight Night 273. Usman believes this is a defining moment to see if Burns still has the fire to compete, or if the rising contender Malott is ready to crash the party and climb the welterweight ladder. We are also giving you an exclusive look back at the cinematic brilliance of UFC 327 with the latest fight motion footage. You have to see the super slow-motion breakdown of the absolute stunner, where Carlos Ulberg snatched the light heavyweight title from Jiri Prochazka, plus the massive upset Paulo Costa pulled off against Azamat Murzakanov, and the legendary final knockout from Cub Swanson against Nate Landwehr. Finally, the wait is almost over for the return of Paddy Pimblett, who just announced his comeback date for International Fight Week on July 11 at UFC 329. After a gritty battle with Justin Gaethje, the superstar is back in camp and ready to prove he belongs at the top of the division. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss a beat on the latest fight news. Ever wondered what happens when the absolute best in combat sports step into the spotlight, and how the massive machinery of global broadcasting keeps you locked in? We are diving deep into the world of UFC 330, a spectacle that has fans buzzing. But before we get to the walkouts and the knockouts, we have to talk about the reality behind the lens. You see, keeping track of every single fight card isn't just about the training camps. It's about knowing exactly where to tune in. If you are scrambling to find the right channel, take a second to reach out to your local TV provider, because missing the opening bell is simply not an option for a true fight fan. Now, it is important to remember that all the analysis and hype you see here is purely for your entertainment. While we love talking odds and potential outcomes, the fight game is famously unpredictable, and those numbers you see on your screen, they shift faster than a fighter changing his stance. Just a heads up, this channel may earn a commission through some of the links we provide, which helps us keep bringing you this content. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a breakdown of the biggest events in the octagon. At the end of the day, statistics are just paper, but the heart of a champion is what makes history. Who are you putting your money on for the main event? Is Gilbert Burns reaching the end of the road, or is he just one punch away from a massive resurgence? This Saturday, all eyes are on the Canada Life Centre in Winnipeg as former title challenger Gilbert Burns faces off against the surging Mike Malott in a main event that feels like a career crossroads. Kamaru Usman, who knows Burns better than almost anyone, isn't counting him out just yet. On his Pound for Pound podcast, the Nigerian Nightmare admitted he's siding with his heart, noting that Burns still possesses the technical toolkit to pull off the upset despite the betting lines heavily favoring the younger Malott. Let's be honest, Burns is coming off a brutal four-fight skid, including a lightning-fast knockout loss to Michael Morales. Usman hit the nail on the head. In that last fight, it felt like Burns never even engaged his inner warrior. That is exactly why this matchup is so fascinating. Usman views this as the ultimate litmus test. Does Gilbert Burns actually want to keep doing this, or are his best days behind him? On the flip side, this is the golden ticket for Mike Malott. If he can take out a battle-tested veteran like Burns, he officially punches his ticket to the elite tier of the welterweight division. It's a classic passing of the torch narrative, and it leaves us asking, is this the start of a new contender's rise or the final chapter for a fan favorite? We want to hear from you. Can Burns turn back the clock, or is Malott destined for greatness? Drop a comment below with your pick, hit that like button, and subscribe for more Fight Night breakdowns. At the end of the day, in the cage, reputation means nothing. It's only about who shows up when the lights are brightest. Ever wonder how a fight changes in the blink of an eye? Usually, it happens way too fast to process, but the UFC 327 Fight motion cameras just gave us a masterclass in split-second destruction down in Miami. Let's start with the main event, because this was pure chaos. Carlos Ulberg walked away as the new light heavyweight champion, but the journey to that gold was anything but linear. He was staring down a former champ in Jiri Prochazka, and honestly, it looked like Ulberg was done. His right leg was chewed up, and Jiri looked like he was just playing with his food. But in this sport, one moment of overconfidence is all it takes to lose everything. Ulberg clipped him, sent him to the canvas, and suddenly the vacant belt was his. It is a brutal reminder that you never, ever let your guard down in the cage. Then you had the absolute shocker in the co-main event. Paulo Costa pulled off the upset of the night, becoming the first man to ever hand Azamat Murzakanov a loss. A third-round knockout is a bold way to prove the doubters wrong. And let's not forget the legend himself, Cub Swanson. He wrapped up his Hall of Fame career with a walk-off knockout against Nate Landwehr. You would think that earns you a retirement bonus, right? Well, the UFC didn't seem to think so, which left Cub understandably salty on his way out the door. The fight motion footage captures all of these moments in gorgeous, super slow motion, showing you exactly how those knuckles connected, and the lights went out. Check out the video to see the nuances you missed the first time around. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fight analysis. At the end of the day, these fighters put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. But it's the ones who keep their composure when the world thinks they are beaten who truly become legends. Is Paddy Pimblett's undefeated dream officially over, or is this just the beginning of a grittier chapter? After that brutal, 5-round war against Justin Gaethje, a fight that proved once, and for all that the baddie belongs in the elite tier, Paddy is finally ready to lace up the gloves again. Despite falling short of the interim belt, he walked away with Fight of the Night honors and a massive surge in respect from the fans. But now, the real work begins. Speaking on the Wayne Rooney Show, Pimblett officially dropped the news. He's heading back to the octagon this summer. We're looking at July 11th for his return, right in the heart of International Fight Week in Las Vegas. That's the big stage, folks. The Hall of Fame ceremony, the electric atmosphere of T-Mobile Arena, and the pressure of UFC 329. He mentioned he's already dialing in the diet and kicking off his training camp, which means he's looking for blood and redemption. It's a long road back to title contention after your first UFC loss, especially in a division as stacked as the lightweights. We've watched his evolution from a Cage Warriors champion to a bona fide UFC superstar who rattled off 7 straight wins, and frankly, that loss to Gaethje might just be the best thing to happen to his growth as a fighter. Now the burning question is, who stands across from him? The landscape of the division is shifting with Gaethje eyeing Topuria, and the target on Paddy's back has never been larger. Drop a comment below. Who do you want to see Paddy face in his return to the cage? If you enjoyed this update, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the official fight announcement when it drops. Because in the UFC, the only thing harder than getting to the top is fighting your way back once you've had a taste of the summit.